Hi, I'm Rio. I'm a certified somatic trauma therapist and restorative yoga instructor. And in today's 20-minute class, we're going to work on releasing stored trauma and regulating the nervous system. To get the most out of this class, I recommend moving as lazily as possible and following the breath. It is from this relaxed state that we can release. So, starting with some hip circles, cross legged, hands on the knees, just moving in gentle circles, feeling the sit bones. The spine is lengthened, the shoulders are relaxed. Now switching directions, the spine is lengthened. Noticing how it feels in the hips. The body is very relaxed. Now extending the legs so your feet are wider than your hips. Doing some windshield wipers, dropping the knees gently from left to right in whichever range of motion feels good to you today, moving as lazily as possible. And now drawing your left foot towards your right thigh, extending the right leg, a gentle stretch, reaching for your shin or foot, feeling the stretch on the back of your leg. Breathing into any tension, noticing any sensation, and back to center, switching the legs, right leg to left thigh, gently reaching towards the calves or toes, and breathing in to any tension. One more breath here. Coming back to center, extending both legs, reaching your arms in front of you, taking a couple breaths here. And walking yourself back up, placing the soles of your feet together and pulling them closer to your pelvis. We're going to do a forward fold here, hands on the feet. Noticing any sensations in the hips or the back of the neck. And breathing through any discomfort. This is how we create space and release tension from the body. Now finding our way to all fours, tabletop for a couple rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, chin up, arch the back. Exhale, tuck the chin, round the back, shoulders are open as we inhale. At your own rhythm, exhaling, moving with your breath here. And as you continue, move with your breath in whatever way feels good for you. It could be in a circular motion, it could be a variation of cat-cow. Your body knows intuitively how to move, to release, and following your breath is a great guide. Coming back to table, extending your left leg and starting to flow in circular motions, letting your breath be your guide, is moving in a circular motion in whatever way feels right in your body. Noticing sensations as they arise, switching direction, circling the other way. Now coming into half frog, extending your back leg and bringing your left leg up into a 90-degree angle, resting on your forearms and just breathing into this hip opener. And now preparing to transition into half pigeon pose. Walking your hands up, drawing your left knee to your left wrist. Spine is long, shoulders are relaxed. Option to stay here or walk your forearms forward for a gentle forward fold. Breathing into the stretch. This is a deep hip opener. We tend to store a lot of emotion and trauma in the hips. So this pigeon pose can bring up some emotions or deep sensation. Just breathing into the stretch, breathing into the sensation. And gently coming back to center, slowly walking your hands up, coming back to tabletop position, extending the right leg out for the other side, starting with some gentle circles, moving with the breath in whichever way feels right for you right now. And switching direction, circling the other way. Now coming into half frog, bringing the right knee towards the right elbow, stacking the hands and resting the face on the hands. The left leg is extended and the right knee has been drawn towards the right elbow, and just breathing in to the stretch here. Inhaling into the hip opening, exhaling any tension. Preparing to transition into half pigeon pose, walking the hands up towards the hips, sliding the right knee right behind the right wrist. The shoulders are relaxed and open. The spine is lengthened. Option to walk your hands forward and rest in a forward fold if that is available to you today. Breathing into this deep hip opener, noticing any sensations or emotions or thoughts as they arise. Notice if this hip opener feels different than the other side. If one side felt more constricted or tense. Whatever it is, without judgment, just observing the thoughts and feelings as they arise. And gently preparing to release this pose, slowly walking your hands up to bring your knees together to prepare for full frog pose. If you have a blanket, this can be really nice for the knees. Placing your knees on the blanket as far apart as comfortable, knees at a 90-degree angle, resting on your forearms and breathing in to any tension. This is a deep double hip opener. Noticing any thoughts, emotions, sensations as they arise. Breathing into any discomfort. Option to come into child's pose or walk your hands up, tuck your knees to sit on your heels. Here, your shoulders are relaxed and open. Your back is relaxed, your gaze is straight ahead, hands placed in front of your hips, and breathing into this stretch here. Preparing to release this pose and walk our hands forward into table top position. From here, we're going to bring our knees slightly wider than the hips and walk our hands forward onto our forearms and do a windshield wipe motion, moving the hips gently from side to side, releasing any tension, allowing for fluid movement as lazily as possible. Noticing how it feels in our hips after those deep stretches, all the space we've created. Finding your way to your back in whichever way feels good to you. Placing feet on the mat from here, bringing your right ankle to your left knee. Thread the needle. You can either rest here or wrap your hands around your left shin, breathing into any sensation. Taking a few more breaths here. Preparing to release the right leg, hugging the right knee to the chest with the right arm. Feeling the deep opening here, extending the left leg for a deeper stretch. Releasing the right leg, extending both legs for a moment of rest. Bringing the feet on the mat to cross over the left leg on the right knee, thread the needle. Option to stay here or to bring your knees towards your chest, wrapping your hands around your right shin for a deeper stretch. A few more breaths in this position. And now bringing your left knee towards your chest with your left arm, hugging it towards you. Option to extend the right leg and just breathing into this deep opening here. Releasing the left leg, placing the soles of the feet together in a diamond shape, reclined butterfly pose. Option to support the knees with blocks or a pillow. We will be resting here for a minute. Placing one hand on your stomach, the other hand on your chest, and feeling the rhythm of the breath, the sensation of inhalation and exhalation. Feeling how your body moves as you breathe, how your belly rises and falls, how your chest expands and contracts. Preparing to transition slowly, bringing your knees together, using your hands to support your thighs, placing your feet on the mat wider than hip distance apart for windshield wiper, gently allowing the knees to move side to side, to fall from left to right as lazily as possible, in rhythm with your breath, coming back to center. Taking a moment here to explore making micro movements, opening and closing your knees, noticing any sensations you feel, any range of motion that feels better and more relaxed or expansive, just flowing at your own rhythm, exploring your range of motion here. Hugging your knees towards your chest and rocking left to right, side to side, as lazily as possible. Now bringing your hands to your knees to make hip circles, using your hands to draw circles with your knees, feeling the fluidity in your hip joints, and switching direction. This feels good and meditative after some deep hip openers. Now option to go into Shavasana or join me in happy baby pose. Your heels in your hands, knees wider than hip distance apart, rocking side to side. And bringing the soles of your feet together for one final hip opener. Breathing into the space that you've created in our session today. Inhaling relaxation, exhaling tension from the body. And when you're ready, releasing your feet, extending your legs into our final resting pose, Shavasana. Stay here for as long as you need.